Hello! This is part 2 of me and Zach's honeymoon to Japan. If you haven't seen part 1, it was focused on the time we spent in Kyoto. Some highlights were Nishiki Market, Fujinomori Shrine, the Yokai Festival, and the Nintendo Museum, but we did so many cool things and you should check it out. But on to this video, our time in Tokyo. We filmed a lot less here because things were crazy busy and we didn't want to get in anyone's way, but we do have a lot of cool stuff to show. On day 5, we checked out of our Kyoto hotel and made our way to Kyoto Station to catch the Shinkansen to Tokyo. We made sure to grab some bento to eat on the way and get seats on the left side so we could hopefully see Mount Fuji, which was having its first snow cap of the year. I calculated what time we would be near it, and then I fell asleep. Luckily, Zach spotted it and woke me up. We didn't catch a video, but at first you could see the top before it went behind a cloud. Shy Mount Fuji. Once we arrived in Tokyo Station, we had to pop into their Pokemon Center real quick to grab a train conductor Pikachu before heading to Akihabara to check into our new hotel. We completely forgot to take any pictures of our hotel, but it seemed like the standard Tokyo hotel from what I've seen on the internet. Tiny but clean, and it had a Denny's in it. It was literally a 2-minute walk to the train station though, which was a lifesaver. We took a little nap before wandering around to see what restaurants were around, and we ended up at a yakitori place where I accidentally ate chicken heart. Oops. Then I got an apple cinnamon crepe, and we went out to 2 nearby arcades, Bandai Namco and Game Panic. Mai Mai and Taiko no Tatsujin machines were pretty packed, but we found a rhythm game called Polaris Chord that we ended up loving. Then after the arcades closed for the night, we had the bright idea to go to Don Quixote, even though we were already exhausted.
It's Don Quixote.
It was tons of fun for the first few floors, and then it defeated us. And it wasn't even a mega donkey. The next day, we got on a train to Mitaka to see the Studio Ghibli Museum! Like the Nintendo Museum, this was very difficult to get tickets for, but if you do, they are only $7, and your ticket is a film strip. Zach says Sosuke from Ponyo looking depressed while holding ice cream, and it is iconic. No pictures are allowed inside the museum, but they are allowed outside of the museum, and I definitely won't spoil everything that was inside. The entire building is full of whimsical details and art, some of which you can interact with, and many that teach you about the animation process. The machine room, I will never forget. It was by far one of the coolest things I've ever seen, although I, again, won't spoil what's all in there. The museum also has exclusive short films you can watch, and the one that was playing when we went was Mr. Doe and the Egg Princess, which was adorable. They also have a special exhibit that changes every once in a while. It was the background art of The Boy and the Heron for us. If you walk up onto the roof, you can find a gigantic statue of the robot from Castle in the Sky, and I love him. They also have the Straw Hat Cafe, which has some adorable food, which is also very tasty. We also found this water pump, which has some really cool details that a lot of people were struggling to pump. Zach did it like it was nothing, and a little boy walking by was amazed. It was so cute. Again, I don't want to spoil everything, but there is so much to see and do inside of the museum, and if you're interested in animation whatsoever, I highly recommend it. It was truly magical. The first thing we did on day 7 was hop on a train to Shibuya.
What the hell is happening in Shibuya?
It was the day before Halloween, and unfortunately there were some things that were inaccessible because of that, and there were posters saying, "Stop troublesome Halloweens" everywhere. They trying to stop the Shibuya incident. The Hachiko statue was completely walled off to prevent vandalism, sadly, but I did get the Hachiko Station stamp. We made our way across the Shibuya Scramble Crossing and managed not to get Alice in Borderlands. Then we went into the Parco Mall and headed straight for the 6th floor, Nerd Heaven. A Capcom store, Godzilla store, Sega store, Nintendo store, Pokemon Center, Jump Shop, and JoJo store, all on one floor. This is where I lost all of my money. A lot of it in the Yakuza section of the Sega store. If you want to see everything we bought, we will be posting a haul video, by the way. Zach was wearing a PlayStation hat, and when we went into the Nintendo store, an employee walked up and said to him, "PlayStation, huh?" And Zach told him he likes both. The employee asked what PlayStation games he liked, and Zach said his favorite was Final Fantasy, and the guy lit up. And they were having a lot of fun chatting about that until someone came up and needed help. After a lot of shopping, we popped into a cafe across the street and got some omurice and cake before walking over to the Shibuya Sakura stage, which has Square Enix Garden in it. When we were wandering around there, we found this really gorgeous spot with light-up tree statues and a mirror pond. We spent a lot of time sightseeing around there before heading back to Akihabara, where I spotted a poster for a pop-up for the 100 line inside of Animate. The 100 line was made by Kazutaka Kodaka and Kotaro Uchikoshi, both of whom I love, so I had to visit. We then did some more arcade hopping in Taito Station and Gigo until we got sleepy. Explain to our friends what's happening. Remember when you bought a bunch of spoons?
I never did that.
And then you decided to leave the spoons because you decided that maybe all of it comes with spoons? And now we don't have any spoons?
It seems like a good spoon to me.
My lid doesn't bend.
Am I having any issues? Well, that sounds like a new problem. I'm enjoying my ice cream.
But we found this little coffee spoon. So everything's fine.
The tiniest little bites.
I'm dainty.
Dainty.
I'm just so dainty.
See, look, who needs spoons? Is it as good as you've heard?
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes a little cheesecakey.
Hey, and guess what? You get to enjoy it longer.
Feed him.
He's so happy.
On day 8, I was struggling and I really don't have much footage. My ankles were 3 sizes bigger than normal and they honestly had me kind of worried. But I'm stubborn, so we went to Nakano and puttered around Nakano Broadway, which has a lot of vintage toy shopping, which Zach loves. He ended up finding one of the things he was most looking for, which was merch of Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. One of our friends had asked us to send him any interesting vending machines that we found, and tucked away in a corner there was an edible bugs vending machine. I know bugs are eaten in many places, but the really interesting part is here. Do you want mystery bug impact or mystery bug fancy? I really want to know which ones are considered fancy. We found another great ramen joint, and then we went to Ikebukuro, where we sadly didn't find the Headless Black Rider. It was Halloween night though, and in spite of some pouring rain, we saw a ton of cool Halloween costumes. We went to round 1 and played darts and some other games. After a large battle, Zach won me a plushie of Bond from Spy Family, and one of the workers was watching us and chanting, "Fight! Fight! Fight!" We also popped into Gigo afterwards, and I wish I had footage from a rhythm game I played that I had never played before, and I just decided to put Megalovania on hard straight away, and while I was losing miserably, Sans on the screen changed into a basketball uniform and started dunking on me, literally. It was insane. On day 9, I could not be stubborn and I had to take a rest day. Honestly, I'm surprised I made it as long as I did though. Zach went out and did some shopping around Akihabara while I rested, and then for dinner we ate at an Okinawan restaurant that was in our hotel, and it ended up being one of my favorite meals of the trip. On day 10, we had reservations for our one splurge meal, a real Wagyu restaurant. It was extremely delicious, but not just the meat. I don't know what it was seasoned with, but it was some of the best rice I've ever had, and they gave us free ice cream mochi that they made in-house, which was also the best mochi I've ever had. The owner was also super kind and chatted with us for a while and bonded with Zach over their shared love of Gengar. Then we went into Pokemon DX Tokyo and grabbed 2 more exclusive plushies, the Ninja and Kabuki Pikachus. That night, we had reservations for Team Lab Planet and wanted to get to the area a bit earlier and rest a little, so we sat under this nearby bridge while watching the sunset. It was very pretty and ended up being a great spot for dog watching. After a while, we lined up for Team Lab Planets, which is an art museum that is very interactive. I absolutely adored it. It was beautiful, but also so much fun.
The walls are being back. This is a bad video. You came. Goodbye. Alright, never mind. It's a good video now.
down the old birthing canal.
What? We are in beautiful
Actually,
art.
this more reminds me more of Nope.
Wait,
You know.
we are in a beautiful piece of art. Shush. This is the never-ending staircase from Mario. Floor pinch.
Oh boy, this room is about to be crazy.
Dun, dun, dun. Whoa.
Apparently this gets up to your knees, so.
And I'm short, so maybe more. There's koi
This is hard to get on camera, but I just want you to know we're in knee-deep water right now in an art exhibit.
Being here where you're knee deep in water or climbing or pushing buttons to change the lights, I felt fully present, and I think I smiled the entire time I was there. Now I want to go see all of the other Team Labs locations, and I want to bring everyone I know and show it to them. Day 11, I got to see something that has been on my bucket list for a long time. We headed to Meiji Jingu Shrine for the Autumn Festival to watch the Yabusame performance. Yabusame is traditional Japanese mounted archery, and if you want to know how much this interests me, look at my tattoo. If you're ever interested in seeing this, you need to arrive very early to get a good spot to see. After the first section of shooting, they brought out the precision targets that shoot confetti when hit, And they're so small, and it was windy, and they were still hitting them. It was incredible. Afterwards was the victory ceremony where the best archer of the day was recognized, and then sake was shared. I did struggle to see at times because I'm short, although I did get to move up a lot during the second section because I think some people thought it was over after the first section and left. But I felt so lucky to be able to watch it. It was so cool. The attire and the tack were really impressive too. We really wanted to explore Meiji Jingu more, but we were incredibly hungry, so we went and got some tonkatsu before heading out to Harajuku. I have been interested in the fashion of Harajuku for almost 20 years. My sister gifted me a book about it a long time ago with a note saying I'd make it there one day, and I did. We went straight to Takashita Street, and I immediately had to go to a crepe stand, one of my other longtime bucket list items. The one I picked had strawberries and cream, as well as an entire slice of cheesecake inside of it, and it was incredible. Looking back, I probably should have just ordered like 5 different crepes and ate all of them. Every time there was a gachapon store, I would lose Zach. I think he was magnetized to them. Then I went and splurged on a shirt from Jimson, which had signatures on the ceiling from all of the iconic bands that have shopped there, like Green Day. If I had more money, I would have bought so much stuff there. And then I also bought this incredible shirt from a different shop. I really enjoyed the vibe of Harajuku. It was fun and colorful with lots of alternative people and shops, as well as a good selection of street food. I definitely love to go back and spend way more time there. Day 12 was our final day. I don't super count it as we checked out of our hotel and went straight to Haneda Airport, but we did find Godzilla's head, eat at an airport soba restaurant, and found our final exclusive Pikachu, the Haneda flight attendant. We flew about 12 hours to Dallas, Texas, time traveling back a day in the process, and I was not doing well. Turns out I was developing a very bad double ear infection, which was very fun. Once we arrived in the US, it was absolute chaos. We had delays and multiple gate changes that had us running halfway across the airport, but eventually we made it onto our final flight, and then we made it home to our lovely pets that we missed so much. I genuinely can't say enough how lucky I feel to have been able to go and experience all of this. Japan was incredible in so many ways. The public transit, the cleanliness, the unbelievable and affordable food, which, side note, I have a lot of stomach issues, and despite eating anything and everything, my stomach never hurt. Not a single time. But okay, I need to wrap this up because I could go on for hours. But the last thing I want to say is thank you so much to Zach, who I wouldn't have been able to do it without. And I wouldn't have wanted to. You're my favorite person to hang out with, and you're an amazing travel partner and life partner.